let's back up and make sure that everyone understands how this really works. So first, you get anything you want. That's first. Next, you've put pieces of it, some big pieces and some small pieces, into this vortex. And so not only do you get what you want, but your inner being and a whole lot of non-physicals know what it is you want, where what you want is, and where you are in relationship to what you want. It's not just that you get what you want. Here's why. You get what you want because you've already put a vibrational version of it, and there are non-physical energies, the energies that create worlds, who are on it. Do you believe that? Do you believe that what you want is being tended to? What you want is more than the individual pieces that you put in, because what you want has gathered together with those individual pieces. Law of attraction has been shining on this vibrational version of it, and it has become more even than the individual pieces that you put there, and it's calling you all the time. Now when it calls you, if you're in the vibrational vicinity of it, you feel enlivened by it. But if you're not in the vibrational vicinity of it, it feels like a nagging wife or a nagging mother. It feels like somebody trying to get you to do something that you're not ready to do. It's almost like, go away and leave me alone, if you're really not a vibrational match to it. So if you think of it, it feels like you want to follow through with something. Then the more it's calling you from here, it always is, and the closer to there you are. So let's recap. You get everything that you want, and everything that you want is known by your inner being. And you, as you said to us accurately, you are at varying degrees of alignment, and so it feels different to you at different times. That's all right. It doesn't matter if it feels different to you. It's only important that you know that your inner being will never stop calling, that the path is never going to go away. The path to what you want will never disappear. The path to what you want is always valid and there for you. The only thing that changes is your receptiveness to that path. So if you're really resistant and you really want it, you're going to have a lot of hard knocks coming up. You're going to get it, but it's going to be a struggle. And oh, you're going to write a book, and it's going to feel so good to all the other starving actors who are reading it, because that's how they develop the bogus belief that you have to pay a big price for your success. Is because there have been a whole lot of people who have wanted it and not believed it, who have gone about it the hard way, and so they teach you that it's hard work to get what you want. But it isn't hard work to get what you want. It's only takes alignment to what you want, and you have to figure out what thoughts you think help you and what thoughts you think don't help you. And that's pretty simple. What thoughts feel good and what thoughts don't feel good. So sometimes the thought of that wonderful time you were having when you were involved in a project feel good to you, and sometimes they don't. See if you can identify what makes the difference. The thought that feels good because the thought that doesn't feel good feels not good because
I'm on a certain vibrational level, and the thought is the next one.
But it's easier than that. It's like the thought that feels good was all of a sudden, seemingly out of the blue, you got the call, and oh, the feeling of elation about that. Yes, that thought feels good. And every time you think that thought, it helps you. Every time you isolate that part of your life experience and you think about that moment in time, it helps you. It opens a circuit. It opens a circuit. So if you could think that 100 times a day, you'd open that circuit 100 times a day, and that would make a difference in what unfolds to you. But then what thought doesn't feel good? Project didn't continue, or
the casting directors always say, oh, you still have a little bit of an accent.
Yeah, you're not quite right for this. And how does that feel? That feels like shutting down. So every time you think that thought, boom, close the circuit. Every time you think that thought, boom, close the circuit. So do you have the ability to choose the better feeling of those two thoughts?
Yeah.
You do. And that's all there is to this. Do you have the ability to think about your lover coming or think about your lover staying away forever? It's your choice. It's your choice. You get to choose. And if you're choosing by how it feels now you're choosing open circuit, closed circuit, open circuit, closed circuit, open circuit, closed circuit. And the more you choose the open circuits, then the more momentum happens, And the more your desire dominates, and the more beliefs that haven't been helping fade into the background, and the more what feels like magic happens to you. And those who are watching you say, oh man, what's going on with you? I just heard you say that for the first time the other day, and you're already doing it. I just heard you talking about blue glass, and now the room's full of blue glass. I just heard you commenting on how you'd like to be on that project, and boom, magic, you're on that project. The universe will give you, as fast as you will let it, everything you want. And don't be hard on yourself, because you didn't know. Don't be hard on yourself if it takes you a little while to figure it out. That's part of the process. It is so much more fun to know that you want something and know you're not a match to it, and then deliberately improve your matchiness, and at the same time notice the response from the universe until you have an absolute, undeniable understanding of the correlation between what that thought felt like and what happened next, because that gives you such a feeling of empowerment. And then you're no longer just waiting around for somebody else to decide that you're appropriate for something. You decide that you are, and you line up with it, and then you watch them come to you because you decided it. You see, you've got casting directors and concierges and agents. You have all kinds of consciousness working for you that you've just got to open yourself to and let them do what they do.
And I do that by always looking for the better feeling thought.
Not always. That's irrational.
As much as I can.
As much as you can. And not to make that happen, but because that is the preferred feeling choice. We know it's a big price to pay for all the wonderful things you want to feel good. Oh, Abraham, I felt good for so long, and sure, I got lots of magnificent things, but what a terrible price I had to pay. Feel good all day, every day.